Copperfield, at present I've nothing to bestow but advice. Still, that advice is so far worth taking, I have never taken it myself, and am the miserable creature you behold. Young friend, I counsel you. Annual income, £20. Annual expenditure, £19. Result, happiness. Annual income, £20. Annual expenditure, £21. Result, misery. Farewell, Copperfield. I shall be happy to improve your prospects in case anything turns up.
I chose to use my own money. I felt that I didn't want to take a business loan out. I didn't want to have that overdraft or any debt, because you know a hungrier person is more keen to succeed rather than someone fat and well fed. That I'll pay for materials as I go along, because I know where I stand at the end of the day. All right? And sometimes customers might take a little bit of time to pay, and you've got to be flexible with them too. But
don't get heavily into debt. The banks, when we were starting, say 1945, 1950, the bank managers helped you. But now they don't help you. They've got to make money for their shareholders.
Don't sign leases that your business can't afford. That'd be one thing, because if you can't pay your bills, you should have enough money behind you to pay your suppliers and on time, and those two things are critical too.
I mean, I could have taken out huge loans and gotten a big lavish salon, and see, I don't want to go down that path. I like my little business, my small business. Yeah, no, I did have a bit of savings, and I did what I could with what I had. I don't like to be in too much debt, so at the end of the day, you've got to pay for your debt, and I'd rather, if I've got it, just use what I've got to start, and you grow from that. Well, I'm always on top. I'm very organised. I'm on top of all the bills, and if I can't afford to do something, I won't. I'm on top of everything. I won't get myself into too much debt, because yeah, you just need to be on top of it all, especially with the bills, because they don't stop coming. They're always, postman's always at the door, bill.
I think managing debt is very important, because every one of our suppliers wanting payments on time, otherwise they will not deal with us. Very disciplined in terms of our spending, and make sure that we meet our requirements, which is paying our suppliers on time, like Creditors or different other suppliers.
Well, I'd like to be able to pay my bills 30 days, but we always took advantage of the discounts that used to be offered for paying 30 days. But if I'm not getting paid by my customers, my cash flow is interrupted, and I can't pay my suppliers 30 days. The only way I can see, and I've discussed it with my mother, and that is we're just going to have to be a lot tighter on credit to the customers and that. And as I told one customer a few weeks ago, I'm not a bank, I'm a printer. And if you want money, you go to the bank. You want printing, you come and see me.
I charge my parents up front with their childcare fees, and I don't make exceptions for anybody. You pay your fee, or the care's not available. My belief is that the minute I step out my front door, hunting fees or looking for income that someone hasn't paid, my business is costing me money. So I sat down and I just thought, I can't afford to be chasing money.
The bad debts come usually from the little arguments over little things where they say we didn't authorise this or whatever, and you're going through the chain of command. And everyone keeps saying, oh, I'm not authorised to pay that at the moment, and they're in a meeting at the moment trying to decide what, and then I have to start jumping around and yelling and letting them understand that we would go to court.
Small business people are being dragged out on their payments, so whereas they might have been able to get the money in from their customers 30, 40 days, many of them who are using trade credit, they're being dragged out 60, 70, 80, 100. I even know some businesses being dragged out over 100 days. So it's getting more difficult for them to get paid, so therefore credit is drying up.
How should people plan or prepare or do the best they can to manage that situation, which can be pretty difficult?
Well, I think in that area they've got to really talk to customers and make it clear what payment terms are and how payment is to be made, and stipulate that payment has to be made. Small business isn't the banker here.
Sometimes you've got to go out and chase the money up yourself and listen to their excuses and that. I had one just recently, he tried to hide from me in the toilet and all of that, and I just stood there and waited for him to come out. And I just confronted him when he came out.
Right.
You can't stay in the toilet all day, and for $2,700 I'd wait all day.
Right.
As man to man, I will confide in you that for years I have been hounded, most unjustly, by my creditors. Short-sighted fools they are.
I'm sorry, sir.
I grant you that I have already tried the cool tree, the haberdashery tree, and Her Majesty's Marines, and found none of these entirely suited to my somewhat special talent.